dream with anyone. She's made it through heaven, she's made it through hell. It's just another story to tell. Have you ever felt you're missing the dream? Have you ever wished your life was like the movie on the screen, filled with heartbreaks and fights through Hollywood nights, making up a bar queen on the phone in the great big boulevard, the place she belongs. It's just another story she tells. Have you ever felt you're missing the dream? Have you ever wished your life was like the movie on the screen, filled with heartbreaks and fights through Hollywood nights, through Hollywood nights, through Hollywood nights. You always looked after me, brother, when we were children. You always had my back. You took all the blame when our father caught us doing things that drove him mad. Through the years I could lean on you when I messed up. I'd call you in the night, but I broke too many promises and we split up. Though I still need ya, you gotta save me now. I'm slipping so far down, it's only you I trust to set me free from this. I don't know how I got into this awful spot. I don't know where it ends, so I could use your helping hand tonight. I wanna say that I'm sorry, I got sidetracked and I left you in the cold. I've seen your side of the story, I felt the drawback. My mistake took its toll. Finally, I have realized I was dead wrong. I wasn't thinking straight. No more lies, and from here on out I'll be better, 'cause I still need ya. You gotta save me now. I'm slipping so far down, it's only you I trust to set me free from this. I don't know how I got into this awful spot. I don't know where it ends, so I could use your helping hand tonight.
My name is Porter Rock, straight off the officer's shelf. I represent BBC all day, every day. We represent this brotherhood to the day that we fade. We pour our heart, sweat, and souls into bricks that we lay. So welcome to the land of the wind. We the villains who were grown from the concrete jungles within. It's been a long time coming, see we waited in strife to host this world meet and give y'all a piece of our life. For 2 years we were held back. See, that's a fact. Corona had a grip on lives across the map, but we still managed to put boots on the ground. BBC changing lives one at a time. Ain't no one moving like us. Chicago juggernauts, Midwest villains in the house. Come and vibe with us. Come and vibe with us. Come and vibe with us. Hey yo, go, 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 go. Welcome to Chicago. Go, 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 go. I go. Welcome to Chicago.
Chicago's untouchables and we scattered through the city. Heart of a beast coming in here weighing $150. I got past the strap, baby, wouldn't doubt it. Catch me with my hoodie on, beer popping out of it. A rival villain in these streets like Ivan Drago. Chatting BBC, después me bebí el otro trago. Los salvajes and we walking out sideways until Porter Rock's son pull up to the driveway. Taino blood, my family's universal. We're the villains that somehow manage to do some good too. I stay quiet, catch a buzz, keep it cool. Till you catch me with a honey and be a salsero in the room. I mean shit, it's just what I do. Catch me with the fattest Vegas, sipping the brood. BBC peace from me to my whole crew. And from me to yours, it's just a Chicago chapter salute. Go, 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 go. Welcome to Chicago. Go, 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 go. I go. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Roll past the empty bottle. Doorless on Oakley, villain cheap, full throttle. BBC for life, son. Yeah, that's the motto. Bear down, beards out, Windy City, all bravado. Land of Michael Jordan, Frank Thomas, Walter Payton. So much inspiration mixed with a little perspiration. Salute and cheers, we're really glad you made it. In Chi-Town, the only catch is you have to make it. Blues brother style on a mission from God. Living like I'm Ferris Bueller, every day's a day off. Comiskey Park resident, yelling play ball. Digital underground, all around the world the same song. Cool like James Bond, mixed with Bernie Mac. Beats are banging hard, and then you heard me rap. Make the track, lay the raps in like 30 flat. BBC untouchables, watching out for dirty rats.
Get Capone. Here's how you get him. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to another Thursday night turned into Wednesday night. Why? Because it's World Meat Week. That's right, it is World Meat Week. As you saw, as you heard, if you have been laying or sleeping under a rock, you just don't know, World Meat this week in Chicago. Thanks to the boys there for an awesome Welcome to Chicago song. This is episode 146, and this is Wednesday night because I don't want to be doing this tomorrow night. Tomorrow night in Chicago. World Meat Week, guys. Hey. Oh, I love it. I love it. Episode 146 of The Heart of a Villain, the podcast and live stream devoted to the bearded villains' worldwide brotherhood and the lives they are changing all over the world. Wow, what an intro. Little late start tonight. I have no idea what was going on with my computer. This is the new computer, and the only thing I can think is that it was up and running, plugged in a little bit ago, several hours ago when we had a power outage. I don't know if there was some little snafu that is internal in that, but I was trying to do some behind-the-scenes things to get going before the show, and it kept shutting down on me, which is never a good sign. And Macs never do that, so I don't know. But, hey, we're here, and I found a workaround so that whatever it was that was causing it, it's not going to be working for us. It's not going to be causing us any problems, hopefully, for the rest of the show. This is World Meat Week. How is everybody doing tonight? I am stoked. I've been watching the chat all day long. I made a comment in there in that Chicago chat that it's one of those things that it's going to be very difficult to keep up with for the next 48 hours because everybody coming into town, asking where everybody else is, what's going on. Some of the people that, hang out in the chat just to kind of monitor things, even if they're not able to go, several of them have actually just dropped off altogether and left the chat because it was just too much, I think. But I'm looking forward to this week, guys. I know the Chicago guys really are. We're going to hear tonight from Jelly and Porter Rocks tonight, talking to us about some of the details from this weekend, what we can expect. I think they have a couple of little tiny surprises that they talk about, some good advice, warning type stuff. And so, yeah, that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to have an interview with them, and we're going to do our normal merch stuff, our normal chapter news that we normally cover, and we're just going to spin right through it. But I want to say thanks and say hi to everybody that I always do here live, because I got to give credit for all these people that were here actually hanging out, waiting for this thing to start up, right? Seth was hanging out with us here. He says, howdy, how you doing? A bunch of my guys from my chapter in. I think they're just in the process of packing and didn't have anything else better to do tonight. So they're hanging out with us also. Brian's hanging out as well. Mr. Forge, even Gents and Villains. I think we're all one and the same. Kenneth is hanging out with us as well. How you doing, Kenneth? Good to see you here. My co-captain, Ed, good to see it. He's up in another part of the country, going to be making a drive down southward. Kenneth was asking if he was too early. No, it wasn't too early. We were just a little late getting started there, buddy, so I do apologize for that. But let's see here. Anybody else that we had in here coming in? I think I saw a sighting from Buddy in there as well. Buddy's here as well. How you doing, Buddy? Thanks for being here. Can't wait to see you. And everybody else. There's a bunch of people that are actually watching live, and I can't make them out because they're not in the chat. But that's okay. You've got other things going on right now, and Mr. Rob Fetters is with us as well. Good to see it. And, yeah, there's a bunch of people watching us, but if you don't comment, I don't know. Franks and Beans is here as well. All right, one of our normal viewers is over across the pond usually, but he's here. He's already here in Chicagoland area. Mr. Rababa, who normally watches us at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning over there. He's hanging out in Chicago, I think visiting family. So I don't expect him to be here tonight watching us, but maybe he is, and I just can't tell. But guys, thanks so much for being here. I have no idea how quickly this one's going to go. We got the interview. I want to roll through some merch real quick. And yeah, that's where we're going to go with this thing. So let's just kick into, without further ado, because I know people have been waiting here. We've got some new merch. Oh, you know what? I'll take this opportunity this is not merch. I will preface this. This is not merch for sale. However, this was something very exciting for me and the boys. Something very exciting for the chapter here in the north of Indiana. We've been wanting to do something like this for a bit for our chapter shirts. And they got in, and woo, looky. Yes, we got our back patches in. And they are a thing of beauty. They are very beautiful. So look for our guys to be wearing those in the coming days, months, weeks ahead for their patch shirts. But very excited about that. But okay, let's get into some of the merch where you can make a difference buying stuff from other chapters to help them out with their endeavors and charity issues as such. Let's get into merch. Okay, so first on board, I think this is still live. I looked and I could not find anything that says that it wasn't. I saw it online earlier today and I was able to buy something if I wanted to. So the 3-Star Villains, their X Factor, their 3-Star Villains logo shirt, and 2 different variations of their hat with their X Factor on it. The X Factor patch, $13. The shirt varies from $15 to $27. And the hats are $22 to $25. These are available at 3starvillains.bigcartel.com. Moving on, Michigan. Michigan's coming into play. Michigan says, we want the merch game too. They are raising money for their 501c3. So we know that's something that chapters need to get done. Please help our brothers in Michigan out. They're going off of the old Michigan phrase, the statewide jingle phrase that they talk about, where it's pure Michigan. Well, they're going pure villain on these patches here. Pure villain, $12. And by buying one of these things, you're helping them raise money for their 501c3. So Hit up the Bearded Villains Michigan chapter on Instagram for further details to get one of those bad boys. Also, I don't know if you've seen this or not. Pretty cool. Something very different compared to what other chapters have done. The Bearded Villains New England, BV New England, have a challenge coin, and I believe it looks like it looks in the picture like it's a poker chip, like plastic, but as I understand it, this thing's actually an anodized metal, black. So, but it's a very cool challenge coin. It says the Saints on it, with the anchor and the S on it on the other side. $20, available through their IG page. Something very cool, very different from, but there's not too many of these out there. So if you are interested, get over to their IG page and grab one. Next up, Blackshire Villains hit us up with another big merch drop. I love it when they do this. Hit up the Blackshire Villains at blackshirevillains.bigcartel.com. blackshirevillains.bigcartel.com. Check out this stuff. They have shirts. They have long sleeve shirts, short sleeve shirts. They have hoodies. They have an Oxford shirt. Very fancy. They have sleeveless hoodies. They have a varsity jacket. All sorts of good stuff in a 3/4 inch or a 3/4 sleeve raglan. So if you have merch ideas that you want, something BV related, I'm sure that between Blackshire Villains and what the Lakeshore chapter always has out, and a few other chapters out there, you can find it. So blackshirevillains.bigcartel.com with their March release. I said March release. It's not really a March. It's a merch release, it says on there, but that's what it is. Merch release. Blackshire Villains. This is your last chance. This is your last chance to get the Joker collection from Bearded Villains Central England. They will be gone before we come back to see each other again next week. So Bearded Villains Central England.bigcartel.com. Get all 5 of these bad boys. You can get them individually, but why not just consolidate the money a little bit and you get a deal when you get all 5 of them. So 5, these are patches that are the resemblances of the individuals who have played the Joker over the many years. It's the Joker collection from the Bearded Villains Central England. Very cool stuff. Hey, don't forget about this guy. The Upstate Villains have a really cool, very bright blue shirt. BV New York Upstate.bigcartel.com is where you can get this thing. It says Upstate Villains on the front, and they're cool. They're very, very bold X Factor on the back. New York VUS with the, I just can't. It's enough. It's awesome. It's awesome. BV New York Upstate.bigcartel.com. $25 for that shirt. Next up, last chance here for this one as well. The Swampside Villains. They have what amounts to be like the biggest ring I think I've ever seen in BV. Maybe. I've not held it in my hand, but this thing is enormous. But it's very cool and very detailed. A pewter ring, $50, available at swampsidevillains.bigcartel.com. The last chance on that one as well. BV Swampside ring, $50, swampsidevillains.bigcartel.com. BV Eastern Washington came out with this Beast Side Villains patch. The Beast Side Villains patch. Squared off patch, $12. Proceeds of this thing are going to the Alzheimer's Association. Alzheimer's Association. $12 for the Beast Side Villains. It's available at ewbv.bigcartel.com. ewbv.bigcartel.com. Next up, Montreal came out with their Pride patch. Their 2022 Montreal BV Pride patch. This thing's pretty cool. Lots of different colors in this thing, and it's very unique. Very unique. MontrealBeardedVillains.com is where you can get this. MontrealBeardedVillains.com. $15. United for Equality. Their BV Pride patch for 2022 for Montreal. MontrealBeardedVillains.com. And then the last thing I've got on here is just still kind of keep an eye out because I haven't seen that it's come out yet. Just a heads up for the Denmark limited edition anniversary t-shirt coming out. Pre-order will be soon, and we just don't know when. So that's our merch right now. All right, guys. So let's do this. I've got one cool thing that I wanted to give a shout out to a chapter for some chapter news that I came across this past week. So let's do that. All So we have a chapter that has done something pretty cool that I came across in the Instagram web world earlier this week. The Inland Empire chapter, check this thing out. BV Inland Empire went out and they received a bunch of donations for backpacks and school supplies. Look at how many backpacks they have in there. Backpacks and school supplies. And they packaged everything together with all these donations and had one heck of a time doing some distribution, easy for me to say, distribution of backpacks full of school supplies this past week. So congratulations, kudos to Bearded Villains Inland Empire on a really cool, very, very cool thing to see. And it's going to have a really big impact, I think, in the community over there. So great job, guys. All right. Well, hey, I think it's about that time that we kick into our interview, right? What do you think? About that time that we kick into our interview that we have with our boys from Chicago. Now, this is a video that I recorded and with them earlier this week, and they are looking forward to this thing. If you guys don't know, and I think I make mention of this too in the interview, but we all know that it's been a long time coming, right? For them to get this thing, for them to be able to get through this and host this world meet. But really, if you think about it, it's been not just 1 or 2 years, it's been 3, because it was announced in 2019 in LA at the World Meet. Chicago's going to be the next host. And I think they probably, even knowing Chicago, they probably started making tentative plans like before the LA meet even. So this has been a long time coming. So let's give it a big shout out to our boys with the BVC. And I think I even bring in the intro here a little bit with the theme song playing back again. So let's try to see what we get here.
Go. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Paul.
I don't think you heard this. Up just with the homies. Like
for
hey, how draining this Well, boys and girls, this weekend it is finally here. We have waited 2, sometimes some people would say 3 years for this event. It is finally here this week. We have the World Meet in Chicago. That's right, the BVC boys are hosting us for what will be an epic, truly epic weekend and more than a weekend of events for the World Meet 2022. We've been waiting for this thing. I have 2 special guests here tonight to talk to us about what we can expect. Gotta love this song. What we can expect from the World Meet in Chicago, what the BVC guys are going to be bringing to us. Please help me welcome to the show, Jelly and Porter Rocks. Mr. Anthony, how you guys doing today?
hello, man. What's happening?
Guys, I am so excited. I know you guys, we talked a little bit off air about how draining this process has been for you guys as I back out your awesome song here. Welcome to the show, man. I don't know what, we've talked for hours and hours and hours about all sorts of different things, and I'm just excited for you guys to be able to bring this thing home. It's been a long process for you.
Yes.
Can you guys talk a little bit about what this, I mean, from the minute that we were at the last World Meet, true World Meet, where it actually was designated, where it was announced back in LA.
I forgot about that. That makes it even worse.
I mean, if you think about it, back in LA, we're on the stage and it was announced, hey, World Meet's going to be in Chicago next year. And between now and then, so much has happened.
yeah.
Can you guys talk for a minute about that?
Anthony, go ahead, man.
Well, as like you just said, everything was announced in LA, that we were going to host the World Meet, and then the pandemic struck. Now, it affected different cities across the nation different ways. In Chicago, they don't play.
It affected lives across the map.
It was on lockdown from day one, and it just suspended everything. We had to stay home, so of course there was no venues or no nothing. Nothing was happening. Even though we had contracts already set for the hotel, we were working on venues. As soon as we got back from LA, things were in motion, and then pandemic hit, stopped everything, and we couldn't do anything. After that, it was just complete shot, and we had no other choice but to take a step back.
Yeah, dude, 2020 was the year from hell, basically. And then there was civil unrest in Chicago. There was that's like the George Floyd year. That's like, I
It
remember
was
around, I don't know about where by you, that there was people looting and crap and pandemic and.
it was rough, man. Chicago went through its thing during those first, I guess, 6 months that we went on lockdown. Mayhem, complete just mayhem.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah.
We
And
couldn't even meet up as not even a world meet. We couldn't even meet up just with the homies, like just to chill.
yeah.
And if
And
you did, you'd have to wear masks, and we'd have to be outside and get tested. And
yeah, for you guys, I mean, that had to be especially hard given the fact that, I mean, as active as you guys are, if it's not doing something in the community, it's you guys are at least getting together, break bread, and do stuff as a chapter
right.
to hang out.
And like the song says, he said, "Put boots to the ground." We still did a good amount of homeless outreaches, at least like within a couple of years, like a half a dozen. We did a bunch, man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that was even going against you know, uh, a lot of city
Yeah, even
regulations.
that's frowned upon. That was frowned upon too.
Yeah,
Everything was.
frowned upon. It was kind of rough, but I mean, we still had the obligation to try to do something still for the community, even though we were on lockdown. We had to keep the train just going. It was like there was no stopping us. We couldn't let just this pandemic stop us from doing what we do best. Because if we did, this whole 2 years would have been absolutely shit.
Yeah.
Excuse me for saying my language.
Oh no, you're fine.
I think you're allowed to swear.
You're allowed to, man.
You're
So go take us back. I mean, all that time back to 2019 when it's announced. You guys already had a set of plans in place. How was it? Was it difficult? Did you have to like pivot when you finally? Because there've been a couple stages of this. You had the original plan, and then you had to plan for a year out. But then come to find out that last year it wasn't going to happen for you either, even though you had basically made plans for last year, and then you had to pivot again for this year. So have there been a lot of different versions of what you guys planned on for the world meet, and it's developed into what it is now?
Yeah, it's like countless questioning. Like, are we going to do it? Can we do it? How many people can we put in one spot? Can we do it here? Is that spot going to do it? What hotel? What about this? And then we had everyone bought the tiers. I mean, talk about a shit show. Now you have to figure out who bought what and who went where and who got this and do they get it back? Are they still coming?
We had
Yeah.
gear.
Yeah,
We
that's
had gear being made up for that said 2020. Everything back, man. It was a complete mess.
yeah. People forget about that because it was a world meet and what you guys were planning on. I mean, thankfully, I don't think that you guys had already started, or had you already gotten gear set up for 2 years ago, already been made, or was it for last year's that you already had it made up?
You mean like merchandise and stuff?
Yeah, because you actually had merchandise that you basically had to shelve that was already made up for a previous year.
Not exactly, but like we have it. Like it all worked out.
Okay.
When it came to that stuff, that would be a merch whisperer question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll hold off on that then.
No, it lives a pain in the ass in so many words, really.
I can't even imagine. Well, let's get to the good stuff then, because let's push
happening.
away. It's here. It's here. We've waited, and I know that you guys, I think that you guys have put pressure on yourselves as a chapter because you know that everybody's been waiting for this thing. It's been, 3 years basically in the making, and we've tried it. Now we can finally have it. So I know that there's a little bit of built-in pressure that you guys are putting on yourselves a little bit to make it as awesome as you know that it could be with, hosting it from BVC. So, what is the thing? What are we going to expect? I mean, if you were to try and put it into just a little bowl of words,
The best. It's going to be the
describe.
best one that you've seen because, oh man, where do I even start? So just right from the top with a beard comp registration, everything, music, food, judges. So the judges will be Deanna from Gibbs, Mr. Official from Chicago, and Phil McCracken will be another judge. So that is going to be epic. Tone 526 is going to be our host. Me and Anthony here are running, basically not running, but starting and completing and making sure the show runs smoothly. Oh man, I don't even know where to start. We're performing. I mean, the Welcome to Chicago song obviously is going to be fucking played. Other ones, AM Early Morning is performing. I got Race Bannon, he's performing. Racetacula on Instagram. AM Early Morning on Instagram. DJ K City, City Never Sleeps on Instagram, is DJing the entire time. This venue, the mansion, is insane. It's literally like a mansion. It's like just bars all over, places, vendor places, outside food. So much to talk about, man. There's just so many places you can go. $25 admission. Let me get all that info going. I got all that pulled up. Hold a second.
And then on top,
This is all just Saturday, by the way. This ain't even. I didn't even talk about the 5th yet. No, so this is at 3801 Lake Street, Stone Park. It's from 2 to 7. $25 to get in. If you haven't bought your ticket yet, of course. Official BBC World merch release, vendors, food, beer competition, raffles, Gibbs Grooming, all kinds of pull-up. Anthony, who else? Vendors, let me see.
Oh man,
There's so much, man. You just asked me a question that just like unleashed, like I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, well, let's just take a breath and just delve in a little bit. Let's start
now. It's tonight. We're gonna do it tonight. Woo!
Yeah, let's let's just start at the beginning, man. Everybody's going to be arriving at different points over the next few days. I know there's some people arriving as early as like tomorrow from some places, but the event starts on Friday with the meet and greet, and let's just start there. What's
all right, so
what are we telling everybody?
So August 5th is the meet and greet at the Crown Plaza Hotel, the outdoor patio in Rosemont. That time is from roughly 6 until close. It's a super nice place. Like I said, the Crown Plaza, it's really close to the airport. I would say 10 minutes drive, maybe even less. Really nice hotel, man. A lot of people will be there. They'll be like K City, the DJ, he'll be outside on this patio DJing that. That's the first main part of the itinerary that particular evening.
And
go ahead, Anthony. What am I?
For anybody who bought their tiers, that's the day where you're gonna get your gear at the meet and greet. So I know a lot of bros have been asking, like, oh, when do we get it? It's gonna be Friday, it's gonna be Saturday, it's actually gonna be Thursday. For those that can't make it on Friday for some unforeseen reason, then they'll go ahead and coordinate with our merch officer, and then he'll figure out that. But yeah, just kind of something that I wanted to clear up because a lot of bros are asking, when do we get our gear? Are we getting mail? We had a few bros tell us, all right, they get mailed to us.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is that I don't know if it's part of the automated system or whatever it is when something is designated through, but people are getting emails saying that, their merch is ready or whatever it was. I can't remember what the different emails people were getting, but just part of the system. And I had people ask me too, I was like, no, just if you have questions, reach out to the guys, but you'll be getting everything there at the weekend. So they're not going to try and beat it to your house before you have to come here.
Right.
That would be crazy.
Hey, another important piece of info for that Friday is no outside alcohol.
Oh yeah.
Other chapters, contractual agreements at the meet and greet will receive a hefty fine if anyone is caught. There's 3 outside bars stocked. There's going to be booze all over the place. So drink from there, pay for there. It all goes to the good. It's all a part of the same team, man. That part is only cash bar, I think, if I'm not correct. So please bring cashola.
Okay, that's good to
Yeah.
know. Yeah, bring your
Yeah.
cash bring your cash for sure for Friday night. And you know what? I hate to say it because you don't really want to. You don't want to tell people to come slammed or anything like that. But if you need to have a specific kind of drink or something like that, or if you need to start your pre-party a little bit, you can always have stuff in your room. Just don't bring it down with you when you come down to the patio.
Right.
Keep it up there in your room wherever you're at. But just be smart about it. Be respectful. Be respectful, guys, of what Chicago's trying to do. And just it's not really a difficult, and inevitably, there's going to be somebody that's going to try to push the boundaries. I have a flask. I have about 10 flasks, but don't just be smart about it.
Yeah, just behave. Be nice.
Be respectful. Be respectful.
Be nice.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to talk about on Friday night, the meet and greet?
No, but just to piggyback on what you said, man, just to make sure if anyone does kind of get out of line or does something wrong. I mean, BVC is filled with security, our own security. There's going to be people all over, but we want everyone to have a good time. The point isn't to come and look for people that are screwing up. Just be nice.
Right.
Be nice.
Yeah.
For that Friday, I can't think of anything else.
No, that's it.
All right.
Rosemont.
So after everybody parties on Friday night and has to try and sleep off hangovers and whatnot,
Yeah.
let's move into Saturday.
All right, so Saturday is at the Mansion. That's the place that I was talking about earlier. Where this is, this info is all on our website. We're going to post up too, again, I'm sure. 3801 West Lake Street in Stone Park. It's not in Chicago. It's super near Chicago. It's super close to the Crown Plaza Hotel by the hotel anyways. That's from 2 to 7. The beard competition. Well, let me slow down. To get into the thing itself is $25 general admission. The tickets, the registration for the beard competition is at the Mansion nightclub early. The earlier, the better. So around like 1 o'clock, I would like to just get people signed up, get them in there. We'll have check-in managers from FHL. My guy Dave, Northside Dave, my guy Matt, Bino Prime will be check-in managers. We will be outside doing that. That's $20 to do that. The categories, 5 of them. Best groomed beard under 6, best groomed over 6, the natural beard style mustache, full beard freestyle, and then the whiskerina. Again, have the FHL app already on your phone. That'll make things like a gazillion times easier. And then you can just sign in, boom, you pay, see you on stage.
So the $20 to enter for the beard comp, is that cash only or preferred? Or
no, that can be via PayPal or whatever. I think it would be a PayPal that right at the spot right there. But cash would obviously always work.
Okay. But you guys are accepting PayPal for that?
Yes.
Okay. I know that some chapters have gone away from PayPal, but
what do they do?
I don't know what they're doing. They're doing one of the other apps, but
just another form of it. I gotcha.
But I just want to make sure that people do know that if they do have PayPal, that is an option for the beard comp for them.
If not, I think we even have a Zelle too.
Okay. All right. Well, that's definitely big to know. Let's get in real quick because there is a little bit of confusion, I think, by some people with the registration part of the beard comp. Is it going to be? You said 1 o'clock, but the event starts at 2. Is there a doors open time?
2.
Okay, so doors don't even open till 2.
Correct.
And you'll be registering people out front, outside the event beforehand?
Yes.
Okay, that's important to know. All right, so they'll be out there, boys and girls, out in front of the venue, outside the venue, registering everybody. That's why it's important that you get your FHL. And don't just download the app. Be smart about it. Create your profile first.
Right. Doors, I think, actually, BP, I'm sorry, do open at 1, and then it kicks off at 2. I apologize.
Okay, that's good. Everybody's not baking out in the sun then. I know we had that problem out in L.A.
Yeah, it was hotter than hell in that line. I remember that.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I wasn't in the line, but I remember seeing people.
You weren't in the line. What are you talking about? You were. You watched that line later after the fact. You saw that.
You guys.
I know. Okay, so the registration, everything starts up now. Is there a limited? I heard a scuttlebutt that there was going to be a limited number of people allowed to enter the contest.
Yeah, but if it gets to the point where I want to make sure everyone's gonna get in. I mean, if that comes, if there is a case where we need to extend more people into the categories, that could be an option.
Okay.
So no, it's not like it's streamlined. I mean, that'd be pretty messed up. 20 people, and then there's like whatever a number amount that's like, dude, I can't do it now. I mean, of course we're gonna want you. It's all for a good cause. It's all.
Well, that's what I was hoping for. But I just wanted to make sure because I know that.
The point being was to just not. I've been in a gazillion beer comps and seen a bunch of them. Whatever. Sometimes they just take forever, man. The point was efficiency. The point was just to keep the ball moving here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we see your beer. Got it. Who's up? Next. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
Take it.
Want the beard
Plus,
competition.
What's that?
We don't want the beard competition to be more than an hour and a half. It's just.
It would be. I don't know about a time we can give, but quick would be efficient. Yes.
Yeah. Sure. Well, because this is as we're going to get into here, there's so much more that you guys have planned for this than just that beard comp alone. So whereas a lot of people's events are a lot of smaller events, the beard comp is the main event, the main thing, and so it's okay for it to drag out a little bit because that's
of course
that's
it's
the
not
purpose.
Like we're gonna wrap, you got to keep it moving.
For this, don't be shocked when you find out that the beard comp is just part of
right. So this year, man, it's not to give away too much, but it's a combination of beard competition, music, performance, beard competition, DJ, beard competition, performance, beard competition, one last performance, boom. So I'm making that sound a lot easier than it's going to go that day. That's for damn sure. Well, it's not going to go that easily. But that's like the overall goal, I guess. Not mine, but ours.
Yeah, no, I like that. It's a good breakdown. It's a good way to handle things. So very exciting.
We've got it lucky because we've seen so many other world meets happen. It's not like the first one, Vegas, where you like it was kind of like what's going on or whatever. But yeah, man.
All right, so beard comp doors open at 1:00. Have your FHL ready to go. We will be able to electronically pay for that. So now, do you know at the venue? You said there's food. Is it outside food trucks or something?
Yes.
Anthony, answer that one. What's our food thing?
Yes, we have a few vendor trucks. I do believe we have one taco truck, and then the other two are pretty much miscellaneous trucks. So they'll be outside in the parking lot.
Okay. All right, so I'm assuming then cash is preferred for those, but most of those places will allow for electronic payments usually.
Yeah,
too.
they usually got those card readers at those things, man. I've been to a billion food trucks that got the card. You can do credit.
All right.
Some of them, I think, only do cards. Some of them not even take cash. Yeah.
Now,
we got to figure that out.
At the event, at the mansion, you're talking about, do you know anything about, because they're running the alcohol sales and stuff there, right?
Yeah, they are. They're running all the alcohol sales from the venue. So obviously, no outside alcohol inside the venue, because then know what's going to happen if they get caught, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. And so I'm assuming they haven't told you any limitations. It's not cash only there?
No, you can do both there.
Okay. All right. That's good. I don't have to bring a whole lot of cash for the weekend then.
No, dude, I avoid cash also.
I try to. All right, so let's go on with Saturday. We got the beard comp covered, I think. You already named your judges. So very cool to see. Let's move on.
Saturday after the event itself, which ends at 8, we go to Social Junkie, which is off of Harlem. That's a place that we, BBC, have been going to for a couple years now. They're super cool with us. Bags everywhere, full bar, plenty of space to chill outside. The weather should be good. I keep checking it every hour what it will be this Saturday. But yeah, Social Junkie, super cool. We held our bag tournament there. We've done fundraisers there. We've just chill there, meet there. That's a good spot, man. Everyone will like it, I think.
But there's a concern because as cool of a place as that is, if we have the attendance at the World Meet that we think that could be, that place is going to be literally busting at the seams.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
It's going to be really cool. But they've probably never seen,
No,
even
but they know
in
what's
Chicago,
coming,
they've
man.
probably never seen what maybe they're waiting for.
No, they know what's coming. They're cool with us, man. The owner, I forget what his name is. I've talked to him every time, but he's super cool. No, you're right, man, because you've obviously been there. It will be tight, but it'll be fun, man.
Oh, it'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. I was really excited. I was really happy to hear that that's where you guys planned on doing the after party at.
Yeah,
so.
we like to keep it in the family, man.
All right. So is there, I know that some people have asked, and I've been trying to field and pay attention to certain people's questions, both in the World Meat chat, but also, the scuttlebutt you hear people asking questions about. So people are concerned, obviously, because it's a big meet, about the potential for different flag shoot options, if there's going to be specific times for these. And I know that there's possible, I think there was some talk about that happening on Sunday, but is there also talk about that possibly happening on Saturday somewhere at the venue?
Yeah, of course. So Friday, I mean, if you got a flag, bring it. We can do it then. Saturday, we'll do one on the stage or near and on the stage, like where you get people up on it and some people on it. Sunday will be a flag shoot at the Rosemont, what was that place called, Anthony? That that park area.
I don't even remember the name of the park, but
It's
it was
the Rosemont center. So right where the hotel is, you take a 10-minute walk. You do not have to go far. You don't need to drive. You just roll right over. There's a path that takes you, and it's a big turf field section where there's all kinds of bars and restaurants and lights and a stage even, I think, if it's still there. But plenty of room to do a big boy flag shoot for sure.
Okay. All right. I know that's
No, flag shoots are important. I hear you, man.
It's a priority for some, not so much
is.
for others, but it's definitely something some people really look forward to. So
I get it.
all right. Well, so what are we missing? What are we missing? I know that you have so much.
I don't know, man.
You guys have so much. I mean, that you guys have already been throwing around in your head about what's going on. What kind of if I were to, I always ask this about upcoming meets, and obviously this being the World Meet, you've got some surprises. I'm sure some things that will really get people stoked that maybe you want to just keep quiet till it happens. But is there anything that you can kind of tease throughout the course of the weekend that, hey, be aware, pay attention to this, or make sure you're there at this certain time for this, or
I got one.
Yeah.
We have prizes for each level of the beard categories. So each winner of each stage is I'm just gonna say we got prizes, son.
Okay.
We got you'll receive a reward. That's I mean, right, Anthony? I mean, that's about as far as I can take that one, right? I don't think I want to give away too much.
Without getting too in depth into that topic, I will say that
You get something.
at this beard competition, these prizes are going to be like nothing you've ever seen before. 100% craftsman made just from scratch. So there's not going to be a little plastic trophy or a little plastic medallion saying first place, second place. No, these are going to be
Yeah, you're not getting a ribbon that says
there's going to be no ribbon. It's going to be full metallic, but I will say it's full metallic.
That would be funny though. You finally win with, man, we got this ill prize, and it's just like those things you get when you participate in a race as like a kid.
You guys are making those sound so bad that now anybody that's listening to this like, damn, I don't want to. We better not do that for our event forever again. And
nah, man, I've seen some ill.
we had the little medallions for first, second, or first place last year for our event. And
don't take it personally. That's not what I mean.
We're like, hey, wait a minute.
It's something, yeah, but dude, I mean, that was a long time. I mean, I've seen Kentucky had some cool ones. I have a bullet. It's like the Whiskers for Warriors one. I think it's a bullet, but it's also a bottle opener that goes.
Oh yeah,
that one's cool. Hey, before I forget, the sponsors are BV305, so obviously shout out to them. Ilsen Design, Just Go Ill, Ferology, Reconnect for Autism. That was what all of this is for, by the way. Pulpo and Rotten Bones are all sponsors.
Awesome, man. Well, dude, I don't know what more people can say, what more we can say about this thing. It's been a long time in the making, and it's finally here. like I say, we got people coming into town probably in the next 24 hours, probably starting their way towards Chicago.
Probably.
I'm excited. I don't know. I hate to hear when I hear somebody say that they couldn't figure out a way to do it, or they couldn't come or whatever. I know finances are different for everybody, but it's a shame because
You had a lot of time to save up.
it's not like you didn't have a whole lot of time to save up, really.
But you know what's funny though, BP, and it stinks. Some people I've hit up recently are like, "Oh, I can't make it," and it's kind of like, man, out of all the ones, like this is the one. It's the pinnacle. It's the client. It's the peak. This is it. Until next year, of course.
Well, and let's be honest. Some people aren't into the big meetup thing, but at the same time, that's one of the biggest, the most impressive parts about this brotherhood is a chance someplace like this.
And it's in Chicago. Not to cut you off. Look where we're at geographically. This isn't like we're going to some southwest or southeast or like some random one. Everyone should be fairly equidistant to make it here, especially people from our region.
Well, and I've heard some complaints, from people before, not specific to this year's meet, but everybody says, they always refer to it as the world meet, and it's always held in the States. I understand that part of the argument, but every year there are people from international chapters that do come here. And so, too often I think it's a shame when people put all of their eggs in the basket of attending this one regional meet or this one regional meet every year, but yet they don't want to, they can't find the time or they can't save up for this one where you're literally going to see people that you may never meet again.
Right. This is the one meet you'd probably, if you're going to make one that's mandatory, this would be it.
Yeah. Chicago,
Right. And not that the other ones, I just did the Dirty South one. That was a blast, Texas. And honestly, shout out to Miami for picking it up last year. Because, we wouldn't have had anything if they didn't do that. Yeah. Chicago had too many restrictions.
What are you saying?
Like Chicago is one of those cities that, Italy, you've heard of Chicago, and you've never been to Chicago.
Is he cutting off?
Yeah, he's cutting off for some reason. I don't know why. As long as you keep talking, it stays on for you.
No, I think what he's trying to say is like Chicago's just well known, man. It's a city that's both famous and infamous, unfortunately, but it's got a lot of perks, and that's the whole point. To show the best of the city and not other things that other people might bring up.
Absolutely. And there is a lot of
violence. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, and there's a lot of things you can do and visit in Chicago. And I will say this. The chat, the World Meet chat has been very active and very good about guys reaching out and saying, "Hey, I want to do something a little different. I don't want to go to, I don't necessarily want to go to the Shed Aquarium, or I don't really want to go to this. I want to go. Tell me about something that is a really, really cool experience that most people don't know about unless you're from Chicago."
Thing to do, man. It's Chicago. If I'm not mistaken, it was just ranked second best city in the world, not in America. So do we have downsides? But there's like a billion beautiful things to do. If you want to get super touristy, there's the Bean. There's all kinds of like things, like you said, museums and stuff like that. But there's baseball going on. The Sox will be playing like that Monday after it. I'm not a Cubs fan, but people dig the Cubs. It's all kinds of art, all kinds of restaurants, breweries. I don't even know where to start, Anthony. Like, what other places? There's a billion things, man.
There's if some of the bros actually want to venture into the city, there's a lot of places into the city they can go. They can go to Logan Square. They can go to Wicker Park. They can
go
to
my neighborhood. Come to the near West Side. Come hang out and meet Vito, bro.
They can go to Little Italy, Taylor Street. They can go to Humboldt Park if you're feeling, like you want to
go to Pilsen. You want to get some tacos that weren't at the thing. Go to
Pilsen. There's a bunch of cultural neighborhoods that the bros can check out if they want to get a taste of like some authentic culture in Chicago. And
you don't have to get deep dish pizza. You can. I actually don't really like deep dish pizza. I like regular ass pizza.
There's a bunch of stuff, and downtown is Navy Pier, the Magic Mile, Michigan Avenue. There's shopping. There's a bunch of stuff they can do. A bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Right, but he like Anthony said, you don't need to go to the touristy spots. You can come into the more or less, so to speak, the hood and get a little taste of
well,
the
and
real.
that's what I was saying. I think people that are coming to this, don't hesitate to ask the Chicago guys. Don't look in a phone book. Don't go online and ask, look for what the coolest places in Chicago are. Ask the guys that live there, take advantage of this time and say, I want to do something like this. And they will point you in the right direction. Reach out in the chat for sure, or just hit one of these guys up directly and they'll send
There's
you.
also should be a disclaimer though too, man. I think some people have been saying like, "Oh, I want to go into like where all this bad stuff is happening." I mean, man, that's like your own risk type thing. I'm not saying our city's like you're gonna have bullets flying around your head, but then again, there's other spots. But there's so many nice things to do. Is my point, man. I don't
Be
want
smart.
anyone to think-
Be smart.
Exactly. I want people to have fun and appreciate like the history, all that crap, man. All the pop culture, everything.
But at the same time, we want everybody to exercise.
Safe, yes.
It's a big
And
thing.
that's any city.
That's every city, yes, but here it's
It's a little different.
a little different, man. Wearing your hat the wrong way can mean something. We just want everybody to be safe.
Yeah.
So if you got plans of wanting to go into like, I don't know, like the Wow Hundreds,
Or like people like in LA want to go to Compton. I'm not saying that Compton's bad, but I mean you're also going into a place where you have no idea where the hell you're at either.
Right.
Yeah. Be smart. That's what we're advising everybody to be smart. Travel and be smart.
Travel and be smart, and don't think for a second that it's a bad thing for you to reach out to the Chicago guys and say, hey, I'm thinking of going over here. They'll tell you, okay, if you're going to do that, be aware of this, this, and this.
Right, we'll recognize it real quick.
Yeah, and don't wear your hat this way. Make sure you're not
just wear it straight or backwards. That's that's.
But I mean, it's little stuff like that to you guys. It's common sense for people that live in Chicago. It's common knowledge. But somebody that's coming from XYZ city around the world, it's just different. And so it's kind of like paying respect to the customs of whatever Chicago is. And just ask questions. Ask questions.
Yeah.
For sure. If you're going to decide to go out and about.
Respect the streets, and the streets will respect you.
There you go. Well, guys, I'm super excited. I can't wait. I'll be there in just a couple days. It's not a far drive for me, so I'm excited about that. If I forget
that's
anything,
the point we were talking about earlier. There should be no excuse for people that live within a certain radius, man.
If I forget something, I'm just coming home to grab it real quick, and I'm going back over. So,
right, and this is our meet, so this is finally a year where I didn't spend hundreds of dollars on airplane tickets and hotel. Well, the hotel, yikes, but that I did do that. But
and if you misplace your phone, you can find another one pretty quick.
I still got the canned phone.
I know you do.
Hey, I teach 5th grade next year, so I'll have the canned phone. These kids love the canned phone, man. It's a great story. Every time I tell that story, I always spice it up with some more like.
Oh sure.
Like then there were these guys in the alley that saw me with what I mean. I keep spicing it up more and more.
They just went to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, exactly. It was really just getting a guy's phone out of his Uber, but now I'm like, then these wolves came out of this alley. And come on.
Well, guys, I'm excited for this. I hope everybody else is. I know you guys are looking forward to it and it finally being here. Just a few days away now, and we're going to be there. So thank you guys so much for talking about this. And
oh, yeah, man.
I'm excited. We'll see you in just a few days.
Thank you, bro.
All right,
man. Having us, man.
All right, you guys take care. Right. Well, you guys have been warned. Go out and have a blast in Chicago. This is going to be a great weekend. You have no excuse not to have fun. There are all sorts of things you can do. Things are spaced out, if you think about it, over the course of the weekend, and that give you enough time to explore the city of Chicago if you want to. There's enough time for you to sleep in if you want to after Friday night. There's time. There's time for you to do stuff. There's time for you to sleep in after Saturday night before the flag shoot, unless you have to get up early for a flight or to get home. So all sorts of options, guys. Just keep in mind, be respectful. Be respectful of Chicago and what they're bringing. And don't be that guy that has to be constantly asked to put alcohol away if you're trying to bring it down from your room or something like that, or sneak it into the meet and greet. Please don't do that. Be respectful. And same thing for the actual event. Don't be that guy trying to sneak in a bunch of bottles and stuff like that to the event. Excuse me. So yeah, Absolutely. Appreciate Jelly and Porter Rocks, Anthony, for giving me some time there. And hey, you know what? I think it's time for is this guy here. If you are looking for an all-natural beard oil that will not only tame your beard and coarse hairs, but make your beard soft and smell amazing, check out Pulpo Beard Oils. Veteran-owned and made for today's beards, Pulpo beard products combine the best beard ingredients on the market with incredible customer service to ensure your happiness. Whether you need beard wash, beard oil, beard balm, or some fun clothing, Pulpo is the place to go. Feel fresh, feel savage, feel confident with Pulpo Beard Oils. Go to Pulpo Beard Oils, that's Pulpo beardoils.com, and use the code The Heart of a Villain for a discount on your order. Okay, so we have talked Chicago. We have talked the World Meet. We have covered the events coming up on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Hopefully we've gotten all your questions answered. If you have anything else that you're curious about, you're not sure about, get into the chat, the World Meet chat online. First thing you do, unless you want to be completely ridiculed, check the notes. Check the notes, because chances are the answer to your question may be in there. Don't be that guy, because I'm telling you, we've already seen it for the last week. Somebody jumps into the chat and asks a question, and the first thing that happens is 15 people say, check the notes. So don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. All right, guys, let's kick into our calendar of events, because we've got a few. We have a few coming up, and they're kicking off with the World Meet this weekend. So this weekend, as we said, August 5th to 7th, the World Meet in Chicago, Illinois, hosted by the Bearded Villain Chicago. This has been 2 or 3 years in the making, depending on who you are and what you're doing. Been a long time. So we're looking forward to this one. Chicago's the place to be this weekend. World Meet. August 12th, following weekend. If you're over in the western parts of the states here in the U.S., BV Beard Comp for Lupus is happening. The Bearded Villains Western Oregon chapter is hosting this event. It's in Springfield, Oregon. They're raising money for lupus. So very cool. Not a whole lot of notice on this one. I wish I knew about it in advance. I just found out about it this week. So if you're interested, if you're able to make it, hit up the brothers with the Western Oregon chapter, Springfield, Oregon, for their beard comp for lupus this upcoming weekend on the 12th. Then August 21st, the Blackshire Family Meet. It's called Lamb Fest. It's in Clifton Park, Rotherham. It's the Lamb Fest. Blackshire Family Meet, August 21st. Then into September we go. The weekend of September 9th through the 11th, there's a couple different things going on. The Battle of the Beards, hosted by the Southern Indiana Villains in Evansville, Indiana. They got a meet and greet on the 9th, the beard competition on the 10th at VFW Post 1114. It's in Evansville. That is Battle of the Beards, September 9th through the 11th. Also, September 9th through the 11th is the Four Corners Meet in Cortez, Colorado. The Four Corners Meet. It's for brothers only. It's a camping excursion adventure weekend. And the people that have been there rave about it. They go every year. They do not want to miss it. So it's a pretty special weekend. Four Corners Meet, September 9th through the 11th. Cortez, Colorado. Another new one that came up this week, our brothers in Kentucky, BV Kentucky, is hosting an event called Villains for Appalachia, or Appalachia. I don't know how you pronounce it. Depends on where you live, I think. But Villains for Appalachia, or Appalachia. I guess somebody's going to have to tell me that, so I don't have to keep pronouncing it 2 ways. Bearded Villains Kentucky is your host. It's in Lexington, Kentucky, September 17th. They are raising money, as I understand it, for the flood victims. So pretty cool. They put this thing together, and I just found out about it this week. I think that's relatively recent that they put this thing together in short order. So BV Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky, September 17th. They got a beard comp going. Go to it. September 23rd to the 25th. 23rd to the 25th. You know it. It's the ECM, the East Coast Meet in Baltimore, Maryland, hosted by Southern Maryland and Chesapeake Bay chapters. SOMD, and Chesapeake Bay are your hosts. It's at the power plant. All of the arrangements for bedding and sleep arrangements are at the Hilton Baltimore Inner Harbor. ECM. I have further info on events upcoming. I don't have them all right now, but ECM, September 23rd to the 25th in Baltimore. So be there. Then we go into October. October 14th and 15th is the Florida Summit. The Florida Summit, it's in Orlando, Florida. Meet and greets on the 14th, beard competition on the 15th. The Florida Summit, October 14th and 15th in Orlando. Then we get into a series of Halloween-themed events. Halloween-themed events, always very, very cool. You're going to have your pick of to go to. They're all over the country here in the U.S. I don't know if anybody does this over in any other countries, but we've got several of them here over a couple-week period of time. So let's roll through them. October 15th, down in Alabama, the Rocket City Boys hosted it for the first time last year. It's now coming back, the Rocket City Halloween Bash. I don't have any specific details on this one yet, but I know it's October 15th, and the Rocket City Boys are hosting it, which means it's probably in Alabama. Halloween Bash, October 15th. Also that same day, October 15th, is All Villains Eve. All Villains Eve. Phoenix Villains are your hosts. It's in Mesa, Arizona. This is cool. This is a cool event. They have wrestling, a costume contest, vendors, raffles, more. More. What more? I don't know. It's just more. Benefiting the Phoenix Children's Hospital. Wrestling. Wrestling. That's cool. Hey, wrestling. All Villains Eve, October 15th in Mesa, Arizona. The Phoenix Villains. That same day, this is the third one on the same day, the Battleborn Killer Beard Competition, October 15th. Battleborn Killer Beard Competition, hosted by the Bearded Villains Pennsylvania East chapter, BVPA East. It's at the Wooden Match at 61 West Lehigh Street in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. They got a beard costume contest, the works, for Battleborn Killer Beard Competition, hosted by the BVPA East Chapter, October 15th. That's 3 events for 3 different parts of the country, October 15th. So you don't have any excuses, really, if you're here in the States. And then the following weekend, there's 2 events going on, October 22nd. First of which is Villains Night, October 22nd. BV Utah is your host. It's at the Handlebar, 751 North, 300 West, Salt Lake City, Utah. They got a beard competition, costume contest. They're raising money for Family Place Utah. That's Villains Night, hosted by BV Utah, October 22nd. And then finally, October 22nd, my chapter here in Northern Indiana. Come on, come hang out with old BP and everybody else up here in Northern Indiana and everybody else that's coming, because there's going to be a bunch. October 22nd, it's the return of Ezra Crow. The return of Ezra Crow. If you're not familiar, that is the name of our Scarecrow mascot. The return of Ezra Crow, hosted by the Bearded Villains, Northern Indiana. It's at the Hobart Moose Lodge in Hobart, Indiana. We got a beard competition, costume contest. We got a meet and greet the night before at the same location. And rumor has it there might be a bags tournament going on that night as well as part of the meet and greet. So it's a weekend. It really is. It's a weekend. October 22nd, return of Ezra Crow in Northern Indiana, Hobart, Indiana, hosted by the Bearded Villains of Northern Indiana. And hey, guys, that's what I've got for you. If I missed your event this week, please reach out. Let me know. I can get it on the calendar. I don't want to really miss out anybody's event. And, I want to be able to share everything. So if I missed your event, please let me know, and I will get it on the books. But for now, hey, you know what this means? Hey, that's right. It means World Meat is here, and we're closing out episode 146. Episode 146. Remember, you can still buy those shirts, patches, pins, all that good stuff, poker chips and whatever, at theheartofavillain.simplecast.com. Theheartofavillain.simplecast.com. I don't know what else to say about it, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's been awesome. I can't wait to see everybody at World Meat this weekend. Otherwise, I will see you next week. Guys, I'm going to challenge you, as I always do, to be the villain that the world needs you to be, because the heart of a villain never stops beating. The most important words I say every week, please remember them. It's okay not to be okay. If you are hurting, please find a brother to talk to. Remember, it's okay not to be okay. So like I said, guys, have a great night. Have a great rest of this week, into the weekend at the World Meet or wherever you're going to be. I'll see you back here next week for episode 147. Take care. Stay safe.
From the start to the finish, go hard. Every winning is the heart.